Hey guys and girls, welcome to the 501st Recon Force channel. Today we're going to be doing the DLC rundown. This is episode 3 and the last episode for Ziba Tower. We're going to be playing the new Team Deathmatch Close Quarters mode, so check it out. This is scaled down to 16 players, 8 on 8, so it's not a full 12 on 12 Team Deathmatch, but the maps are smaller, so the games are still pretty intense. This game was a lot of fun. I think it was played to 200 tickets. So it's pretty long, but it gives me a really good chance to talk about all the different levels and spots on this map. So where you'll spawn is usually way off in the corners, but not outside. Where I'm about to go is what I consider outside. And these outside areas, in my opinion, are the best ways to move around the map. If you want to move around and be unseen, or you're playing Conquest Domination and you really want to try and get to A flag or get to B flag, but not deal with a confrontation, get outside, all the way outside of the map, as far as you can on the sides. I find that these lanes really don't get choked up with a lot of people. Most people tend towards to choke in these middle areas that I'm running through, and then, but if you come up, and like, they love this hallway. It sits over the courtyard. Tons of people run through that hallway. It's a great way, great place to just go find people. If you're not finding anybody, you're not killing anybody, go hang out up there. That's usually around near where the C flag is. There's just a lot of guys. But these areas where I'm in right now, this outside where you can jump off, and there is a trophy for jumping off the map. I think I mentioned that in the last episode, but if I didn't, or you didn't watch the last episode, there's a trophy if you jump off the map. So at least one game, go jump off the map or shoot those windows out and fall out of them or whatever. You get a trophy for it. I think it's called grinding the crack, but it's kind of whatever. Anyway, so as you see, I mean, Team Deathmatch is running a lot like a normal Team Deathmatch. If you played Team Deathmatch on Battlefield 3, that's kind of how it is. It's just straight kills. Spawning isn't your tickets, it's just the number of kills you get. So like running assault, I'm running assault here, isn't so much about respawning people, or it's just not respawning people, but it's about having it so that people don't have to go back to the respawn screen as much. So that's what you want to do with your defib here. I mean, but defibbing in all the close quarters maps is even more of a dangerous proposition than normal. Like, reviving somebody in a normal game can still be done, relatively easily without doing a bad revive, where you revive a guy into the middle of a firefight. That's a noob revive. Try and avoid those. If you do them by accident, that happens. Sometimes you just don't see the dude and you think you cleared everybody out. So that I don't really consider a noob revive, but when you just don't even look and you go revive the guy, you're just wasting our time. But it's even harder on these maps because unlike the normal game maps like let's see, Caspian Border, Gulf of Oman, CN Crossing, Nashar Canals, whatever. Each of those has areas where if you want to camp, if you want to like sit someplace and not really have a lot of entryways for people to get to you, you can do that. But all the new maps are, I hate saying this, but they're designed very much like a Call of Duty map, where there's almost no way, every room has two entrances, almost always, and the rooms that don't have two entrances are not in high traffic areas. So it's one of those things where there's multiple routes. If you're playing in a squad, you really have to work together and try and look around and see what what you can and who you're playing with and what's going on. Like X and I are moving together. We're really trying to keep close tabs on each other, and VR is running around just knifing the shit out of people, to be perfectly honest. He did that almost the entire game. He actually got an invite to the platoon via just knifing people the whole time. We thought it was so funny that we were like, yeah, dude, you should totally just come play for us. That'd be tons of fun. So, and that's another thing. If you're looking to join 501, I would get on it. Get on Battlelog and send us an application, because recruitment has started to really blow up, man. Like, we went from 8 members to 20, what, 6 or 7? I'm not even I can't even give you a firm number right now. Probably by the time this video goes up, we'll have 2 more members. It's kind of been like that. The last video I put up where I actually put out a number, the number had changed before I was even, you know, done uploading the video. And, I mean, it's been a lot of fun. We've added a lot of new guys. There are a bunch of guys that are on the platoon that I haven't even gotten to play a game with yet, because I've been working on all this stuff for YouTube. So I'm really looking forward to playing with all the new recruits. So I mean, if you want to be recruited, if you are looking for a platoon, if you've been playing on Battlefield and you got a mic and you got a good attitude and you just want to have some fun, and you know, basically you're not a douchebag, you know, go on ahead and apply, man. 501st Recon Force is always looking for good players. They're fun to play with, like to joke around and have a good time. And even if we end up on the other team, we don't hate on each other. Like we'll go kill each other and stuff like that, but it's not one of those things where we take revenge on each other and we get really mad. Like, we just play the game and just have a good time. And we know that we're going to get killed by each other every now and then, and sometimes we're going to have to play against each other. I mean, that's the nature of it, because eventually, when we're full up, we're all going to roll in our own platoon, or in our platoon server, the 501 server, which is up on Battlelog right now. It's being run by AeroSquid81, so you can look it up on the server there. We're going to be running some server events here shortly, which are going to be pretty fun, and the official server still hasn't launched yet, but should be launching probably by July, if not by the beginning of July, by mid-July, is the hope. So, but in the meantime, we've got the proxy server for 501 server run by AeroSquid81. Xmania is one of the admins on there as well, so it's being run pretty much to 501 standards. We don't allow spawn camping, and you know, just no spawn raping of vehicles, let vehicles leave the deployment, all that kind of stuff. And any glitches that are really well known to most of the people, we ban as well. So like, I know they fixed the M26 one, but apparently there's an AUG 3 glitch with smoke. So I don't know, I haven't seen it yet, but I will check that out. Apparently that's going on. So we try and police any of the glitches as well and keep that stuff out of there, as well as keep clans that want to play against us or play with us or whatever in games. We try and keep you guys together. So every now and then, if you are playing on 501 server and you see kicked by admin, don't worry about it. Doesn't kind of get your KDs, or not kicked, excuse me, killed. If you see killed by if you see kicked, you're being a dick. So if you're kicked, you're a dick, and don't come back. Like, or you can come back, but you better stop doing whatever the hell it was you were doing. That's the idea. We're pretty strict about it. We try and keep it so that everybody can have a good time and play the game. Most of the stuff we try and keep out is just stuff that's unnecessary and keeps enjoyment level for everybody that's playing down. I mean, we want everybody, even beginners, to enjoy playing Battlefield and have a good time, so they can learn, so they can get better. If you don't have a good time, then you're not going to play more, and if you don't play more, you'll never get better at the game, and then there you go. You'll always be a noob. You'll never play the game, and when you do play the game, you'll be terrible at it and you'll hate it. So that's not a good combination. So we try and keep any of the stuff that people that play all the time and may learn about, little glitches and cheats and shit like that, we try and keep that off the server. So, I mean, if you're a newer player and you just want a place where you know at least fair play is going to be enforced, you may still get your ass kicked. One dude may still just run around and shoot you over and over and over again, and you may get really tired of it, but we're not going to kick him just because he's a good player. So we welcome good players. We also welcome new players that want to learn and everything else. And 501 is still recruiting, so if you want to apply, go on ahead and apply. You'll apply to 501st Recon Force. We're actually opening up some brand new platoons. This is actually some pretty big news that I get to announce here on the YouTube channel. But if you check out 501st Recon Force, we're basically going to run 501st Recon Force as the 501 Division Command Division. What this means is there's going to be opportunities, if you're accepted into 501, to rank up and basically become a squad leader. And it's not necessarily through being a really awesome player. Most of our best squad leaders really don't have the greatest win-loss or KD because they spend most of their time just getting stuff set up, and usually they are willing to sacrifice themselves pretty heavily um, to get stuff done, or to keep attacking an area, or to be the decoy. Usually when our squad leaders will play decoy on stuff, like if we're playing rush, the squad leader usually runs all the way by himself to go get an objective while everybody else is doing stuff, or vice versa, or whatever. So that's not really how we're going to be promoting. It's going to be more through a personality and game style for that kind of stuff. But what we've opened up is the 501st Assault Force, the 501st Support Force, and the 501st Special Operations Group. Now, each of these platoons are going to be pretty unique in the style of player that's in them. We're going to try and get guys together that like to play together and have a good time and make squads very easily. They will still be kind of run. You'll notice that myself and Xmania are members in all of these squads. And the reason is basically we're going to be running as 501, the CO, and the XO. So X is going to be your commanding officer. He's going to basically have a lot of the final say on most stuff, because we want to keep things uniform among a lot of the platoons, and especially with behavior, how the servers are run, and everything else, so that everybody has a good time, and we don't have people in the platoon that are going to run around, cheating and spawn raping on people, and people are going to be kicking people in other servers just because somebody's a good player and they're beating up on them, so we're going to kick them out. We're not going to have that on any 501 server. So there will be multiple servers going up eventually. We'll have servers for each of the platoons. We want those guys to have their own platoon, and then anyone in 501 can play on any of the 501 platoon servers. You're welcome to. We want you to. But the idea is that with the different platoons, if you want to go practice for certain games or clan challenges or anything that you have going on, you have your own server to do that and lock down and do a certain way if you want to, if you're getting ready for stuff. Now, the Assault Force is mainly going to be comprised of our guys that are more KD focused. So if you're one of those guys that really focuses on, well, what's your actual KD like, and you see the numbers in the game as more important than game style, that is going to be the 501st Assault Force. We want those guys, it's mainly going to be our most aggressive players. Everybody loves that part. We're still going to have aggressive players in 501st Recon and 501st Support and everything else. But that's kind of be the main, determining factor within that platoon and membership. And what you would do is, if you wanted to join that platoon, you would still join 501st Recon Force. Each of the other platoons requires 3 weeks minimum time spent in the 501st Recon Force playing with 501 members. And then basically what it is the other platoons, as well as X and myself, get together, and you can say, I want to join the Assault Force, and we'll kind of talk about it and see if it'll work out. If we don't think it'll work out, we'll probably give you some options as to what you may need to do to get into one of those platoons to play in them or whatever. Mostly it's going to be really laid back. It's not going to be a big deal, but it's those are just, we are going to have some guiding factors towards some of that stuff. And the idea with those platoons is to give each guy, as our platoon, as the division grows, give each of our individual platoons a little bit more power over how they want to run things. Maybe all those guys are feeling like playing close quarters maps one day, so they can set their server to close quarters maps and just play them all together. While the other platoons that maybe don't feel like doing that can do that. Can do their own thing or whatever. But then at other times we can all play together and just have a good time. So that's kind of the idea of having one big division, having several branches in the 501 representing us and everything else. Now, that I've talked about the Assault Force, I want to talk about our Support Force as well, because this will be really important. A lot of guys that play Battlefield, a lot of guys that play video games in general, Modern Warfare 3, shooters, Gran Turismo, whatever you play, it doesn't really matter, a lot of you guys are weekend warriors, and some of you guys are smart enough to be watching YouTube to try and get tips and tricks on how to play the game better and how to get better, because you don't have time to figure all that stuff out on your own. You're not on the game, 3, 4, 5 days a week for 16 hours and stuff like that. But you play on the weekend pretty heavily because that's what you do. That's what you like to do in your free time, but the rest of the time you work really hard. And we understand that, and we get that, and we want to have a place for you guys in 501 in particular. So what we're doing is we're setting up the 501st Support Force. The 501st Support Force is going to be comprised of about 7 or 8 members that really play a lot, that really aren't weekend warriors so much. But they're going to be kind of your clan leadership. And then what we'd like is the rest of you guys that really, you come to us and you say, hey man, I'd love to join a platoon, but so many platoons are super serious. They really only want you there if you can make certain practices at certain times and all this kind of stuff. And I work a crazy schedule. Well, if I'm on First Support Force, that's kind of what it's there for. It's one of those things where it's mostly weekend warriors, but we want you guys to have a clan to play with every time you come on. So when you're online, hopefully you'll have 3 or 4 guys in leadership that are online that you could squad up with, and build up a squad or a team really quick and go play a couple of games, and you can get to play your game with a full platoon experience in Battlefield, the way the game's really meant to be played, without having to sacrifice all the other stuff that you do, and or just cut down on the other games you like to play. So I mean, if you love to play Battlefield but you don't play it all the time, there's nothing wrong with that. We still want you in here. We still want you to play games with us. Like, we just are going to give you an opportunity to have a platoon that's really tailored to you, instead of forcing you to tailor yourself to the Recon force or the assault force. We decided, X and I decided that was really kind of unfair to some players, and plenty of weekend warriors are actually really good players. It's just that they don't get a lot of time to play. So we want to give them the opportunity to have a platoon where they can play with other guys that are just like them, that maybe even work the same crazy schedule and will always be on at the same time as them. So that's what the support force is all about. So what it comes down to is you're going to apply to 501st Recon Force. You'll play with us for a couple of weeks as a platoon member, and then what you'll do is be sent an invite from the assault force or the support force if you express an interest in wanting to play for one of those platoons, and you will leave the 501st Recon and join that platoon. And the idea of that is to open up space, because we really only want to have about 30 members in our platoon. We're willing to go over that here in the beginning as we build up and we get ready to implement the new platoons, because we don't want to implement them without a leadership set, which means we need an NCO, one guy really ready to run everything as far as getting the word out about the platoon on the forums, being on Battlelog almost every day, double checking stuff, putting stuff in the platoon feed, really motivating the guys, being a real leader, just for the platoon itself and nothing more. That's kind of X's job. That's what he does for the 501st Recon, and that's what he's taken on, and I've taken on for the job of the division and taking care of all the platoons. So you would then join the 501st Support Force, and then whether or not you become a squad leader, someone who's going to regularly run a squad for the platoon, is going to be determined within your platoon. X and I will still be in the platoons and kind of oversee things, but for the most promotions are going to happen independently. It's not like 501st Recon is going to run the whole thing, but X and I will have some say, because we don't want some people, necessarily put in leadership if they're not going to be serious about it. If they're not willing to basically abide by certain bylaws we're kind of setting about how you run your server, and how we're running our platoon and stuff. And, I think all that stuff is really important. It's going to really help us grow in the long run and make it a more organized space where guys can come and play with their friends and have a good time, but not have to deal with a lot of hassle and a lot of crap. So that's the real purpose behind it, but we're really going to take our time with promotions and everything else and making sure that people that really want to do it, that are really committed and enthusiastic, and want to set a good example, most importantly, are want to step up to the bat and take a role in team leadership. And for YouTube pages, I'm actually really excited because we're going to be opening up YouTube pages that I'll be running for each of the platoons, for the assault force and for the support force. And if you are a member of one of these platoons, you're going to have an opportunity to take over and be an editor. So I'm going to give you content control for the support force YouTube page. I will do all the uploading and take care of that stuff so that we keep it all under 501 Productions. But the page itself is pretty much your content, with, you know, basically me running as an editor-in-chief, giving you approval and stuff and uploading your videos. So I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited to see other guys take a role in being an editor for us and wanting to do that. So I can't wait to hear from you guys on Battlelog about that are interested. And I'm not gonna make fast decisions. It's gonna be one of those things where you need to already be capturing, already be sending me video and showing me what you're capable of doing on your own. Because I'm not gonna be doing much with your videos. Besides the stuff you send, well, even your own team tages, I'm not gonna be editing. I'll be editing team tages for the 501st Recon force, but not the 501st Assault or Support Force. We may do a Division 1 that will feature on all 4 channels. Who knows? That would be really cool. But that's way, 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 way down the line. Or maybe like 2 weeks. It depends on how fast this thing grows, right? So the main thing is we need guys capturing and willing to capture on a regular basis and regularly upload to YouTube. It is pretty much a part-time job in the very least. For me, it's pretty much another full-time job. And I've already got 2 of those, so I don't know how this works, but it works. So, you know, if you wanna take a part in that, like, I welcome it. That'll be another leadership position in there, and we will have we're gonna have a head server administrator to run the 501st, the official 501 server for the Recon force. We're also gonna have other head server administrators to run the server for the support force, the assault force, and everything else. What we may have is the main head server administrator open up all those servers and be an admin on them, and then set certain people as the admins within leadership in the support force and the assault force as the admins to take over that. This way we have admins playing all the time in the server, so that when people are doing shit that's inappropriate and we don't want to deal with it, or nobody wants to deal with it rather, then they're gone, you know, and we can deal with that and take care of situations and make sure that what you read in the clan message or in the platoon server message when you are logging into the game is how the game is going to be played. So if it says no glitch here, and no spawn camping and no spawn raping, if somebody starts doing that and you report it to an admin, it's going to get taken care of. So we need that kind of level of responsibility for people to take over as a server admin for each of the other platoons and work under our head server admin, who's likely going to be Jay Niederhout. I haven't gotten to talk to him about quite a bit of this stuff, so if it's not him, we'll discuss that later. He may not want to take on that much of a role, which I can understand, but we want people that are enthusiastic and, you know, voluntarily want to do this stuff. You have to have the drive yourself to want to help run another platoon and everything else, because we're not, you know, X and I aren't going to be posting all that much on Assault Force and Support Force or any of that stuff. The idea of that is we're just there to kind of mediate and make sure that if any problems come up in the long run, we can be there to help kind of, I don't know, decipher what to do about it, and just kind of make a final decision if a final decision needs to be made, that kind of thing. So we're really excited about this. We're actually really psyched because I think a lot of guys are really going to enjoy it. I know we have a couple of guys that are already, pretty up there on our team as far as their KD, and I think they would love the opportunity to kind of play in a really KD focused environment. There are some guys that are up there in their KD, and really they love how Recon Forces are very objective and team based. And the idea with the Assault Force is that it's still objective and team based, but there is that added requirement of a KD and a win loss ratio that's meeting to the standards of the current members. So that kind of control is going to be given to them, and that those kind of decisions of what KD level they want and what win loss ratio they want is going to be set by them later on. But that's why I say right now is the time to really apply, because if you want kind of in the ground floor on that and a real opportunity to step up into a leadership position within a platoon, and a platoon that's already pretty organized and pretty put together with the guys that are running it, then now's the time. Now's definitely the time to get on Battle Log and make sure that you're sending in your stuff if you want to join. We've got guys from all over the world. As long as you can speak English, we're good to go. We got a guy from Jordan that plays on our team. We got a guy from South Africa that just joined, and a guy from New Zealand that just joined. And I don't even think I've gotten a chance to play with these guys yet, but I'm really looking forward to it. It's pretty awesome. I'm really open to having people from wherever, checking out our platoon and playing in it. Really just kind of being a really international platoon that's a lot of fun and can bring a lot of people together, and you can all just talk about crazy stuff and the crazy world that's around us and that kind of stuff. Because that's probably my favorite part about being in a platoon. It's just you get to hang out with other people, play the game. You're not just running around by yourself getting frustrated. You get frustrated, you got your buddies there. They'll be like, oh, dude, fuck it, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. We'll go over there and take his tags for you. So let's get to business. It's all good. It's that support in game, I guess that you could say. You're having trouble. What's this guy doing? Where's he from? Or where's he shooting from? That kind of thing. You can get that information from teammates, and clan members really focus on. Platoon members talk to each other. That's what we do. We don't get on here and not communicate. It's not a silent game. People talk. So that's the main reason why we require you to have a mic, speak English, and just for the most part, just have a good attitude, and don't be a whiny bitch. That's the idea. Just don't be a whiny bitch, and let's just play the game. I don't care if some guy's shooting you a lot with a shotgun. Learn how, back up. Don't be so damn close to him. It's a shotgun. It doesn't have any range. I hate that when I see servers. I'm going to have a little 2-second rant about that. When you put no shotguns in your server, you're basically just saying, I don't know how to deal with a shotgun. I don't know how to back up down a hallway and just stay away from a guy that's setting it up so that he can use his shotgun effectively. And there's a skill with using a shotgun. You can't just run around with it and just get kills. I have plenty of gameplays. I almost want to upload a fail gameplay of just how to run around with a shotgun and still not get any kills. Because you run around and you hit corners like that, where if I had a shotgun right there, there's no way I would have even gotten a hit marker. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. There's a different game style with a shotgun. It's not that you're a noob or whatever. You can say people are noobs, but honestly, I think you're just being a douche about that kind of crap. It's one of those things where some people are really good with shotguns because they know what they're doing with a shotgun. Alright, ran over. That was all I had to say. But, that's the main thing with our servers, is it's not restrictive like that. The idea is play your game style, play the way it is. Just make sure your game style isn't something that's beyond the original spirit of the game, like spawn raping and spawn camping, or something that's just straight up cheating, like when you're using glitches and that kind of stuff. We shy away from that, and we definitely are no way, we'll kick you and then ban you really quickly over that kind of stuff. So don't even bring that into our server. We don't want to see it. But if you're one of those guys that wants to play the game the way it's supposed to be played, we welcome you. We really want to see you guys in there. We welcome any platoons that want to play that way into our server anytime. We'll play against you. We'll play with you. We play with another platoon pretty regularly. It's the Bukaki squad. The clan tag is CHEA or Che. Excuse me. So they're a lot of fun to play with. Guys like GTTG and we call him Whale, and then Eats Puppies and all these guys. They're a lot of fun to play with. They're really fun. So they hit us up all the time on PlayStation Network. So we welcome other platoons to come in and say hi and just say, hey, what's up? Can we favorite this thing? Can we be on here in the regular? For the most part, yeah, definitely. We really want you guys to favorite the platoon and come check it out whenever you can. I don't know why I didn't knife him. I think I just kind of felt like shooting him. But the 501st SOG, that's the whole reason I've been waiting to talk about that separately, is kind of a whole separate thing. That is going to be an empty platoon. It's only going to have X-Mania and myself in there as leaders, and that's it. What will happen is 501 decides to compete in competitive tournaments, whether they be Conquest, Rush, Conquest Domination, Gunmaster, whatever the new gun modes are, whatever kind of tournament comes out. If it's something where it's kind of a prize involved or a cash prize involved or whatever, what it will be is you will apply to join the platoon for that tournament. You join the platoon for the tournament, and then if you got accepted into it, you play for whatever the prescribed time was for practice. For whatever it was, for the platoon, you would pay the entry fee for the tournament as well as the cover of a server for that platoon when you join, when you apply to join. X would probably just run that server himself for the purposes of just taking care of that. But then what we'll do is then you can have a place where if we're getting ready for a big clan cup or whatever it is, tournament, a huge conquest tournament for a 12-man team or some kind of stuff like that, we can set the server up for, we enter 2 teams in there at 12, and we bring those 2 teams into the clan server for 3 months beforehand, and we just practice against each other and invite other platoons in to play against ourselves and practice and get better in preparation. So that's the idea with all that. So we really want a lot of interest in the other platoons, because that's going to give us basically the recon force, the assault force, and the support force to all pull members from. And there's talk of opening up another platoon, but it's not. It basically is being, kept out of the works just yet, just because basically we don't have enough people and it's kind of pointless. But we wanted to really open up the assault force and the support force for the guys that were in the platoon that were, of those 2 basically kind of different worlds. Because what we found was as the platoon grew and we got up to like 15 and 20 people, we had some guys that definitely, they only play 2-3 days a week. And then we had some guys that play all the time, and they were really, really KD focused and all that kind of stuff. And that's cool. We don't care. We're not against it. It's just that we think that you guys also should have an opportunity, if you want to, join a platoon that goes along that style. Some people that are really that way like how our platoon runs. It's kind of laid back. We have a good time with each other, and we just have fun. But and they still get a good KD, and they still have a good time. But some people want to be in a platoon that's, maybe, I don't know, I guess you could say much more competitive, or just has a certain requirement for the people that are in the platoon. So I can understand that, and that's fine, and that's why we opened it up. That's why we kind of want these people that are of these natures in our platoon to say, okay, well, cool, this is my place to kind of step up and be a leader and, show off what this platoon can do within the 501st Division, and we'll all still be playing together all the time. That's the best part of it, is that it could be like 150 people that you know on PlayStation Network to go play games with whenever you need it. And I think that's really cool. And it gives us a great place to jump off for whatever the next platform is, for PlayStation 4 and whatever the next game is. Because there's talk that, they won't come out with another Battlefield incarnation until the new platform comes out, which I can understand. I mean, this game kind of pushes the frame rate, I think, capabilities of a PlayStation 3 in a way. I think that's why some people deal with glitching and everything else, but then I also think that comes down to people's networks as well. I think some people just aren't prepared network-wise to handle this kind of a game. I mean, just look at the game, look at the frame rate. It's insane. So that's kind of the main thing that we've been talking about. We want to see. I've got a weekly commentary going up that should be uploading right now, where I kind of talk about what I want to see in Battlefield 4, Bad Company 3 for the multiplayer. I had some pretty cool ideas. I also included some ideas that other people have come up with that I'd really like to see. So I don't know. They're fun games, and I really want to see this series continue in the direction that's been going. When you look at the progression from Bad Company 2 to Battlefield 3, the leap is just amazing. And if you can continue that in any way, I think that would be huge. Because Modern Warfare and Call of Duty, Black Ops, and all of that it's just the same over and over. Like, they changed the slightest little things, and if you've only ever played that, you think, oh, well, that's crazy, but I don't know. It seems like this game is really built for people that wanted something as a realistic simulation, and just a little bit more tactical and a lot more fun to play, in my opinion. Especially more team-focused, which I really enjoy. Like, I think that's how it should be, because shooters where it's not team-focused, that's kind of stupid, in my opinion. It's like, okay, this is an arcade game, that's great and all, but it's an arcade game. Like, it's not warfare. It's not modern warfare. It's modern arcade game. I think that's my main issue with most of that. So, I don't know. Say what you will. You can comment if you'd like, if you disagree with me or agree with me. I don't know. But that's why I play Battlefield 3. That's why I put down the sticks when it came to Call of Duty. Because, I mean, I would do really well in Call of Duty games. I don't necessarily do that great in Battlefield games as far as my KD and everything else. But I actually did okay in Call of Duty. Like, just because once you understood the maps and everything else, it was a pretty simple formula to get points and experience points and kills and stuff like that. It really wasn't that challenging. I don't know. I think I find Battlefield to be more challenging. That's why I play it. But that's the main thing with all that stuff, and with some of the other stuff that's coming out, and Special Operations Group. I'm really excited about that. I think that's going to be really cool, because I can't wait to play some more tournaments, and some tournaments at all. But I think that's going to be really, really neat for everybody that wants to do it. And then the idea is, after the tournament, you get kicked the fuck out. So you're back out of SOG, but the platoon empties out, and then for the next platoon, or for the next platoon battle, for the next tournament or whatever, that we want to take the guys that are maybe really good at Rush, or they're really good at Conquest, or whatever, and they're the ones that want to play in it. They can go play in it. And the guys that hate Rush and would never want to play in a Rush tournament never have to if they don't want to. That's the idea of Special Operations Group. So that's kind of what's going on with the 501st Division. I'm really excited about announcing all this stuff. X put some stuff up on Battlelog today, which means I get to talk about it. Ha ha! That's awesome. So I was really excited to just tell you guys about all that stuff, and I hope you guys are enjoying what we're doing with Platoon. And if you're a new member, welcome. Drop bombs, 501. That's what we do, plain and simple. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this gameplay. I hope you guys have enjoyed checking out Ziba Tower. In case you hadn't noticed, it's basically one big U with a bunch of staircases, 3 levels, and a pool in the back that you can't lay down in. You're not allowed to lay down in the pool. I figured that out today. You can't go prone in the pool. But you can revive people in the pool without getting electrocuted, which I think is hilarious. Uh, and that's the pool I'm talking about right there. That's normally where C flag is when you're playing Conquest Domination. So, to check out the map more, if I didn't hit up any areas, that's what I love about this gameplay is if you're not even listening to me, you're just watching everything. You can see almost all the map in this gameplay. I run pretty much everywhere. I run around kind of like a chicken with my head cut off. So, we didn't pull it out in this game, which really frustrated the hell out of me, but I did like the gameplay. We had a bunch of cool stuff, and VR was just running around taking tags all over the place, so I thought that was really cool. I haven't been paying enough attention to point those out when they happen, so hopefully you guys caught them. Because there were at least 2 times on this map, and I believe 2 times on Scrap Metal, that VR got some really great tag takes, and I got them straight up in third person, like I just ran around the corner and caught them, so it was kind of neat. I liked them a lot, and I told him they would be online, so VR, if you're watching, man, this is a shout out for you. It was great playing with you. Send an application, man, we were talking about it. You're welcome to play. So for the guys watching at home, playing and watching YouTube and everything else, we want you guys to send in applications too. Like, you're welcome to come in just because you saw a YouTube video and you're like, hey man, can I play on your platoon? You guys are, seem like you'd be alright to play with. I'd love to figure out a way to capture the team chat for you guys. I think I may have figured something out, but I've had a horrific time trying to get that. Even though I randomly get like spurts of it from other people, like I'll get other people's team chat, but it's really random. It never is on the regular. So I can't figure out what I'm doing that's allowing me to capture it when I do capture it, and what's keeping me from doing it when I don't. So when I figure that out, maybe we'll have more team chat on here. I'd really like to do live commentaries. We had a hilarious experience with this kid that, I don't know, basically just acted really strange, acted really foolish, and by the end of it called himself gay, which I just was like, okay, he's like, yes, I'm a fag and I love dick. It was different. We really weren't sure what he was doing. Like, he's basically cursing out everybody on team chat at the beginning of the game. And we're sitting there like, dude, this isn't Call of Duty. You're just talking to your teammates. And he was like, well, so what? Fuck you guys. Which I'm like, okay, nobody help him, And then the best part was he switched over to the other team the next game, and we were just going after his tags for that point, because it's like, wow, okay, if you're just going to put yourself out there as a douchebag, then that's just what's going to happen, I guess. So, I don't know, it's been interesting, some of the people that you meet in online games. But then some of the people you meet are really great. I love that grenade kill. It made me so happy when that worked that time. But I don't know, I've really enjoyed the new maps. I can't wait to premiere Operation 925 and Scrap Metal for you guys. I'm liking Scrap Metal more and more. I used to hate that map, but I don't know. It's gotten better for me. I've started to like it. So gameplays on that they're on the way. They're coming out. I'll be bringing those in, as well as Operation 925. We got a gameplay that I'd like to load up for that pretty soon as well. So all that stuff should be coming up tonight. I was trying to get all this stuff to process today, but it took forever. So I haven't been able to upload nearly as many videos on Wednesday as I planned. But I'm going to keep uploading throughout the night, so by Thursday everything should be on YouTube just the way you guys like it, so you guys can check it out. Thanks so much for the views, everybody. I really appreciate it. You guys have really just shown up to support a channel that I thought was pretty empty. I'd love to see more subscribers, more guys just subscribing so they can get it in their email on a regular basis, or at least easily check in their subscribe, into their subscribe channel. So go ahead and subscribe if you regularly watch. Looking at the analytics, it's been really, really crazy, because we've got some guy in the Czech Republic watching. And thanks, dude. I don't know how to say thank you in your language, so if you speak English, thanks for watching. And some guy in London and some guy in France. And they're all guys, because we don't have a single female viewer yet. So tell your girlfriend to watch some videos, and whatever, I don't know. Sign into a YouTube account and watch. So, that's the main thing. We just have had a lot of fun with it. It's been a really neat journey getting started and getting things going, and it's been really interesting just seeing all these people willing to play and wanting to play in a platoon, and how they just kind of had to sit there. I don't know. I kind of call it floating in the breeze, not knowing if they're going to get a platoon, or how to be in a platoon. So if this helps you out, man, please check it out. We're going to be running a platoon. That playlist premieres on Friday. It will be going up on Friday. X and I are shooting the episode tonight, and we're going to talk about that because we really want to see those people that are kind of lost have a video to go to on YouTube to tell them how to get on Battlelog, how to join a platoon, how to start one, so that they don't have to play this game by themselves, because that's probably the worst way to play it, is to play it just as a standalone player. I mean, that's how a lot of people play Call of Duty, which is sad, but I mean, it's kind of retarded. It's called Call of Duty, but then nobody feels any duty towards, being a teammate in that game. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've gone to B flag, and I'm going to B flag, and nobody ever shows up to help me. So, I don't know, that's how the game is. Luckily, Battlefield's a little bit different, so I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. Like if you like, comment if you'd like to. I'm always willing to take some feedback, and you guys are always welcome to just kind of put videos, like video suggestions or ideas. If you're watching and you just want to see something in any of the video series, let us know. I'll try and put a video together if I think it's going to work out, or if I think I can do it. If you guys are coming out with crazy ass challenges, I don't know that I can necessarily pull off all of them, but maybe we'll have some guys in the platoon and some of our other directors that are willing to take on some of those. So feel free to comment as much as you like, and just let us know what's going on. I do try, and if you hadn't noticed, answer some of the comments that people have left. I do appreciate it when you guys comment and pay attention to the videos, because it shows that, you as a viewer actually take the time to talk about what you want to see in your entertainment, basically. I mean, this is an alternative to TV in my viewpoint. So for me, it's awesome when I talk to a commentator online and they're like, yeah, I can try and do a video like that or something like that, or they understand. I mean, my first video, somebody said need more quality, and it's kind of broad. I didn't know what to do with there, but I figured he meant video quality, and I figured out how to upload in HD. So that's what you have today. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time on the 501st DLC Rundown. See you guys later. 501, drop bombs.